way. Welcome back, Jaden. It's good to have you. And I just want to say thank you to our praise team this morning for doing a fantastic job. It's not always easy to sing to pre-canned music, but these guys practiced hard and it showed. I also want to say thank you to our technical team back up in the booth there, Abby and Luke. Luke's running away from us for a little while. He's going to be off working at Camp Hope for the summer. So we wish him all the best as he heads off to a new adventure for a little while. So this morning I want to talk to you about technology and relationships. I was bugging these guys backstage a little bit this morning saying, hope you brought a lunch, because me and technology, I can go for hours. But I don't want to talk so much about the technology itself as more just talk about relationships. As Kevin mentioned, we're talking about this series called Struggles, how to be authentic, how to follow Jesus in a selfie-centered world. It seems like there's been a lot of birthdays lately. A lot of people having birthdays this spring. I don't know, it just seems that way. And the reason I know that there's been a lot of birthdays lately is because Facebook told me so. Right? I mean, you get the little notification, I pick up my phone in the morning and I go, oh, Facebook has a notification for me. Oh, somebody's having a birthday. So what do? You click the little post button and you say, happy birthday, I hope you have a great day, post. That's it. It's over. Until later that day when you go, oh, I got another Facebook notification. Oh, they liked my post. Great. And I'll admit, I've got a bunch of friends on Facebook that I communicate with twice a year. Once on their birthday and once on my birthday, when we send each other a little message and say, happy birthday. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't know if you could really call that a friendship. See, the word friend is changing, and how that word is interpreted. Did you know that the average adult user on Facebook has 328 friends, but only 2 close friends in real life? 25% of people surveyed said they don't have any close friends. To me, that's a bit sad. Technology is changing the way we communicate. It's changing the way we relate to each other. In the past, we would get out pen and paper and write a letter. Or maybe, if you could afford the long distance, pick up the phone and make a phone call. Now, we communicate by text message. We communicate by sometimes FaceTime or Skype. But often we communicate in these little snippets of information that just, go here and go there and don't really seem to, amount to much. I'm just going to adjust my microphone a little bit. I think it's a little too close to my mouth and they're getting a little bit of wind noise in there. So we'll try that, see if that works a little bit better. An increasing percentage of the communications and the interactions we have with people are virtual. They're online. Right? It's quick, it's convenient. You can quickly send a message off to somebody and then get on with your day. But there's a problem with that because you can't hug someone online. It just doesn't work. You can't shake their hand, you can't look them in the eye, you can't have that personal touch. Technology has a tendency to isolate us from each other. Even though we communicate more and more often, ironically, we're more isolated. Online friendships and interactions can also bring about immediate gratification. Because when you send a text message, the other person gets it right now. You don't have to wait 2 weeks for the letter to show up in the mailbox, right? You don't have to call and hope they're home. You send a text message and then you're on to the next thing. And if you don't get a text message right away, or if you post something on Facebook and you don't get that response right away, you're like, well, what's going on? Come on. We find ourselves getting impatient when things don't happen immediately. But the other side of that is that often we will find ourselves in a situation where we become addicted to the technology. We become addicted to the likes on Facebook. We become addicted to the immediate gratification of receiving that post back, of saying, hey, did you like my post? We post something on Facebook and then we're monitoring it all day long. Oh, 27 people liked my post. Oh, 28. I don't see so-and-so on the list. I wonder why they didn't like my post. And we begin to associate our self-worth and our value with the number of likes, the number of responses, the number of friends that we have. See, technology is amazing. It's great. And we can use it for such good. We can use it to communicate. We can use it to bring information to us that we would have never been able to have before. And it can be instantaneous wherever we are. You could be out camping and be able to text somebody. But let's face it, we become addicted to that technology. Don't raise your hand, but how many times do you watch TV with your phone in your hand? How many times have you checked your text messages during a movie? Have you ever been sitting behind somebody in a movie who checks their text messages? It's really annoying. We're addicted. We have to have it. We have to have that immediate gratification. If you're having a face-to-face conversation with somebody and your phone is on the table and it buzzes or beeps, how long can you sit there until you have to pick it up? It's just the way we're wired today, right? Are you more focused on your phone and the things it does for you, or are you more focused on the people around you? People are killed every single day because this is more important than what's happening around them and where their car is headed. I think that's a sad statement. Now, I'm not here to say that we need to throw away technology. Technology is here to stay. We all use it. It's a great thing. But we need to be able to focus on what's around us, and sometimes just put the phone away, put the technology away, turn the computer off. Because technology has this tendency to distance us from each other. We send somebody a message, somebody posts on Facebook that they're having a rough day, or that they're having a health issue, or something along those lines, and we put a little message and say, I'm thinking of you. Until we scroll down and see the next video of #StupidThingsCatsDo. Right? It's true, right? What's our attention span? How long do we spend thinking about that person? We say, I'll pray for you. But do we? I think we need to spend less time praying for people and more time praying with people. Hebrews 10, verses 24 and 25 says, "Let us think of ways to motivate one another to acts of love and good works. And let us not neglect our meeting together, as some people do, but encourage one another, especially now that the day of his return is drawing near." Being together physically is important. That's why we're here this morning. Yes, we've come to worship God, absolutely, but a large part of getting together in a church is to support each other, to love each other, to spend time with each other, to show each other that we care, to give each other hugs, handshakes, look each other in the eye. We need to love people face to face. We need to look them in the eye, be authentic. Show them that we care by spending our most valuable resource on them, time. There is power in being present, being engaged. Romans 12, starting in verse 6, says, "In his grace, God has given us different things for doing certain things, given us different gifts for doing certain things well. So if God has given you the ability to prophesy, speak out with as much faith as God has given you. If your gift is serving others, serve them well. If your gift is teaching, teach well. If your gift is to encourage others, be encouraging. If it is giving, give generously. If God has given you leadership ability, take the responsibility seriously. And if you have a gift for showing kindness to others, do it gladly. Don't just pretend to love others. Really love them. Hate what is wrong. Hold tightly to what is good. Love each other with genuine affection and take delight in honoring each other. Never be lazy, but work hard for the Lord enthusiastically. Rejoice in our confident hope. Be patient in trouble and keep on praying. Ooh, that's a hard one. Be patient in trouble. We live in this world where there's this immediate gratification. We don't want to wait for trouble to pass. We want it solved now. Come on, God, like you're all powerful, fix it already. When God's people are in need, be ready to help them. Always be eager to practice hospitality. Be happy with those who are happy and weep with those who weep. Live in harmony with each other. We need to ask God to help us find our gifts and then help us to use them to help others. 1 Peter 4 verse 8 says, most important of all, continue to show deep love for each other. So we can use technology as a path to better things. It's okay to text someone, but don't stop there. It's okay to send them a Facebook message, but don't stop there. Get together with them. Have a coffee, have a tea, have a glass of water. Go for a walk, go for a drive. Go for ice cream. I like that one too. And sometimes you just have to listen. Spend the time. Listen to their stories. Listen to their dreams, their heartaches, their challenges, their jokes, their wisdom. At the end of the day, the end of the year, at the end of your life, what will you remember more? How many likes you got on Facebook? Or the time you spent face-to-face with a friend who needed you? Don't just say you're going to pray for someone. Pray with them. Don't just like something online. Do something. Ask God to show you where you are needed, who needs to be loved, and where you're needed. 1 John verse 3, verses 16 to 18. We know what real love is because Jesus gave up his life for us. And so we also ought to give up our lives for our brothers and sisters. If someone has enough money to live well and sees a brother or sister in need but shows no compassion, how can God's love be in that person? Dear children, let us not merely say that we love each other. Let us show the truth by our actions. And probably one of the most famous quotes of Jesus himself is in John 13. So now I'm giving you a new commandment. Love each other. Just as I have loved you, you should love each other. Your love for one another will prove to the world that you are my disciples. I want Jesus. I want people around me to see Jesus in me. Not for me, but so that he can be lifted up. I want to be the kind of person who lifts people up and never cuts them down. Can we spread the love of Jesus through technology? Yes, absolutely. It's a great tool. But we can do it so much better and more effectively in person, by being present and engaged in people's lives. My dream for each one of us, my hope for this church, is that we will be a place where people will come and feel the deep, unrestrained, unconditional love that we have for each other, and that they will know that we are his disciples. See, that is a legacy worth having.